Oh, Dwight, sometimes we still need to communicate outside of meme form, even though this is the 21st century. Welcome. For those of you who have just joined, I'm glad you're in class. You will be responsible for looking at the previous announcements to you coming in class, so make sure to sign on to Blackboard and look at the announcements there. For everybody who is in class, you will be working on Unit 1 work. So let's explore what that looks like together. First of all, you're going to want to watch the greeting announcement. So your biggest place you'll be going to here is the learning module link. But let's go through this chronologically. When you first sign on to Blackboard, you'll get to the course homepage. Here you'll have a direct link to the announcements. These are sent out to you via email, but if you ever miss one or want to come back to maybe watch a video announcement, you'll click here. Next, you'll have the syllabus. Of course, the syllabus link is here as well. And then you have student orientation and tutorials. So this contains links that are helpful for those of you who need to get to know the Blackboard platform a little bit better. And it has this really helpful 24/7 help desk link. They do have live chat, although it's offered kind of in brief windows, but they are really helpful there if you have any technology issues. So going back to our course homepage, that's your main dashboard that you're going to get to. Your syllabus, this is available to you 24/7 right here. So this is really your main resource for going through our whole class. This is going to lay out expectations for you. The only part that might change, and I don't anticipate it will very much because this is only an 8-week course, is the tentative calendar. This is really going to outline for you our whole class. So make sure you read that. That is one of your assignments to do for these next 2 weeks. Announcements, of course, you can get to that from your course homepage or by clicking the link right here on the left-hand menu. Learning modules. So this whole course is broken up into 4 units. Each unit is 2 weeks apiece. So we're on Unit 1 right now. So if you click there, you're going to see these 2 videos, which you should watch. Your welcome and self-introduction is one of your assignments. And then you'll be reading chapters 1 and 2. I put it here in PDF format because I understand that some of you are still maybe waiting on your book to come, or you don't have it for whatever reason yet. You do need to get it. To be successful in this class, you do need to get the textbook. But I can only put up the first 2 chapters because of copyright stuff with the publisher. But here they are for you if you need to do that. You'll also see down here the Enneagram test and written assignment. So this is a link to your assignment folder where you'll be turning in your written assignment by the end of Unit 1. So that deadline is seen here on Saturday. All right. So that was the learning modules. Every 2 weeks, your new unit will appear there with your information in it. Discussions, this is where our classroom takes place. I know that a lot of times it can feel a little bit distant in an online learning environment, but I want to create as close of a classroom experience as we can here. So this Ask a Classmate Q&A forum, this is your forum as a class. I don't monitor this at all. So if you want to share information with your classmates or if you want to ask them questions, I don't monitor this. This is your place to go and voice whatever you want to voice. I mean, don't do anything inappropriate, but I don't think you will. All right. So for this week, the first thing you're going to do is post a welcome and self-introduction. I know this is pretty standard in a lot of classes, but I want to know I want to know about you and kind of your vibe. And part of that is, that colloquialism, a picture is worth 1,000 words. So post an image or a drawing or some artwork. Let us know how you identify with this image. Tell me also why you wanted to take this class. Maybe it's a prerequisite. I don't know. And what are you hoping to get out of it? So this is really where you're identifying your personal objectives. I'm hoping that you'll see beyond the 3 credits that you'll receive at the end of this on successful completion of this course, and really look into what you want to know and what you want to learn from this course rather than just getting by. So what truths have you been learning recently in your interpersonal relationships? So make sure you pay attention to deadlines within these discussion posts. Also, you have open for you discussion post 1, and the information is there. Discussion post 2 is going to be up for you next Monday. Next, you have assignments. I've opened up almost all of your assignments throughout your whole course because if you want to work ahead, I want you to be able to work ahead as much as possible. This first folder here is just a resource folder, this APA formatting. In this course, Interpersonal Communication, we use APA. APA is American Psychological Association. I use APA in this classroom because it's used in psychology, it's used in education, and in the social sciences, which falls under communication. So I know that a lot of you have mostly been exposed to MLA formatting. They're different. It's just like if I had an apple and an orange. They're different types of fruit, but they're both fruit, right? So APA and MLA are both different types of formatting styles, but they're both formatting styles. So get to know the APA formatting style a little bit for this class, and depending on what your future goals are, you might use them again in your academic future, and this might come in handy, I don't know, in a lot of different ways. But just know for this class, we only use APA. So use this folder if you need to know a little bit more on APA formatting. So with the assignments, the first written assignment is due at the end of Unit 1, so after 2 weeks. The Enneagram test written assignment. So this will be turned in. This is actually a link. This will be turned in directly to me. So you can view the rubric here and look at exactly how I will grade your paper. It's not ambiguous at all. I go through this and check mark if you're proficient, eluded, or novice in this area. So it's pretty cut and dry here. So you'll browse your computer and link your essay, your written essay, to here. Make sure it's APA, so it does have an APA title page, and then hit submit, and it goes directly to me. So you can do that. You can look at your research oral presentation requirements. So this is our face-to-face one day that you'll be going to. And then written assignments, and here's a map of San Diego City College, just because it is I found it pretty confusing on the first time I was there too, so I'm not assuming you've been to campus before, so here's a map resource for you. Going into research oral presentations, if you scroll to the bottom, you'll see this informative speech presentation day. So you'll get to self-enroll yourself for this class. So if you push join a group, you can either join for Group 1 on Monday, Group 2, or Group 3 on the corresponding day. You are required to be there for the full length of time. This is just being respectful to your other classmates who took out time as well. We need to have an audience for all of those members. So expect to be there the full time, although many times we do get out like maybe 15 or even 30 minutes early. It kind of depends on how long speeches go. There are 14 members allowed each day, so you can click sign up. If this button doesn't appear, it means the maximum, it reached the maximum members allowed on those days. I'm really excited about this function. I actually just found out about it. All right, so that was under learning assignments, and research oral presentation. So work ahead as much as you can on those. Class groups have not been assigned yet for your group presentation, and your group presentation assignment Specifications aren't up yet just because in the first 2 weeks of class, we're still kind of negotiating the master roster. So after the master roster has closed, then I'll assign your groups, and then you'll be able to work together. You'll always be able to see your grade. I don't want it to be ever a guessing game for what your grade is. I try and grade within a week maximum, but oftentimes it is sooner. So I'm glad you're in class. Just as a friendly reminder, you'll be watching the greeting announcement, which is under Learning Modules, Unit 1. Reading the syllabus, go through Blackboard and learn how it's navigated. Each instructor sets it up differently. You're going to be reading chapters 1 and 2 out of your textbook. Chapter 1 is on the fundamentals of interpersonal communication, interpersonal process, and then chapter 2 is on cultural and interpersonal communication. And then you're going to have actually 3 posts on the discussion board in the next 2 weeks. The first one is the welcome and self-introduction. And then you'll have discussion post 1, which is open, and then discussion post 2, which will open next Monday. Quiz 1 over chapters 1 and 2 will be available next Thursday. And then you'll have the first test and written assignment. I know it sounds like a lot. This is a condensed class, so it's very turbulent, but I promise you with good time management skills, you will be successful in this course. And of course, I'm always here. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to reach out via email. I usually respond fairly quickly within 24 to 48 hours. So I'm really looking forward to having all of you in class. I'm glad you're here, and I hope you're excited for this course.